Welcome to Hacks We Shed. I often say that projects come from nowhere, and this has just happened because a friend of my son's has asked if I can machine these brake caliper carriers for his Audi A4. He's doing a brake upgrade and he needs 4mm machining off these faces. You can see the shape of it and it's going to be quite difficult to hold. He wants 4mm machined off this face and off this face here. The brake caliper itself sits in this carrier and is guided in these slots here. And the whole caliper assembly slides on two pins which go in here and here. So as the pads wear, the caliper can move across in this sliding mechanism. Anyway, I'm going to do it on the shaper. I've got an idea how to hold it. Should be fun. Fast forward a bit and you can see that I've managed to set it up in the shaper and I machined this face. It's kind of unfortunate that he needs it machined right back to here on that angle, otherwise I could have done both lugs at the same time in one sweep, but that's just not possible. And the other thing is, as I've tried to machine down to 4mm, well, it's clear that 4mm would be too much. This web across here is down at about 3.5mm. So I've taken off 3 and he's agreed 3 would be okay. He can work around that last millimetre. So I'll set up and do the other lugs now. I've set up the other carrier on the table and I'm machining the first lug. And I just want to make sure that I've got it about level horizontal. There's quite a lot of paint and dirt on here. I've tried to scrape it off, but you can see it's tracking something close to 0. That's good enough. I also need to make sure that the carrier is level this way. So I'm using my high precision picture frame level and you can see where that bubble is, and if I move it up here you can see the bubble is pretty much in the same place. And as somebody said on the channel, we're not making space shuttles here. This will be good enough. I've just touched off on a slow speed, so we'll speed it up and start some cuts, 0.5 millimetre with an 1/8 thou feed. So that's this lug done on both carriers now, and I need to set up for this lug on both carriers. Got that in and clocked, and I've had to grind up a left-handed tool. With a shaper, the table advance has to come on the backstroke, and for that to work, and for me to cut towards the left, I need to move this pivot to this side to get the advance in the right place. And then you have to make a judgment as to how many clicks that will give you, each click of the advance being 4 thou. I think that'll be 2 clicks. Oops, that's it. Just touched off there. I'll change gear to speed it up. That's one carrier finished. I'll set up the second carrier now and finish that last lug, and then we're done. I'm counting the cuts off on my manual DRO. 6 cuts of 0.5 millimetre. The last cut on the last load on the second carrier. And I must say the shape has performed really well. All done. I'm quite pleased with those. I've done some confidence measurements to check that they're all pretty much the same. The problem is that the carrier itself is just cast iron and it's probably sand cast or something. So it's quite irregular. These surfaces are quite irregular and the thicknesses change. But I'm quite happy with it. Well, I hope that was useful to you. Thank you for watching Hagsby Shed.